In November 2012, José Salvador Alvarenga, a 36-year-old fisherman originally from El Salvador but living in Mexico, set out for a routine deep-sea fishing trip. He departed from the fishing village of Costa Azul, Chiapas, on the Pacific coast of Mexico. He was accompanied by Ezequiel Cordoba, a 22-year-old man who joined him as an assistant for the journey. The plan was simple, a 2-day fishing trip. They were in a small, 23-foot fiberglass boat with no cabin, only an icebox for storing fish. The boat had a motor, fishing gear, and a limited supply of food and water. They had no emergency locator or satellite phone. Shortly after leaving shore, they were caught in a sudden storm. High winds and waves damaged the boat and caused the motor to fail. The radio was also lost, making communication impossible. Strong currents pulled them far from the coast, and they quickly drifted out of the range of rescue. With no engine, no way to navigate, and no way to contact anyone, they were completely lost at sea. As the days passed, their food and drinking water ran out. They survived by catching fish, turtles, and birds by hand. For hydration, they collected rainwater when possible. In times of drought, they resorted to drinking turtle blood or their own urine, methods that are risky but sometimes necessary in extreme survival. They faced exposure to sun, salt water, and dehydration. The physical and mental toll was immense. After about 4 months, Ezequiel Cordoba became ill. He reportedly refused to eat raw birds or turtles and struggled to maintain strength. Sadly, he passed away at sea. José said he kept his companion's body on the boat for several days before eventually letting it go into the ocean. From then on, Alvarenga was alone. For months, José drifted westward across the Pacific Ocean. He had no control over his direction. The boat was carried by ocean currents and winds. He estimated that he saw no ships or aircraft during most of his journey. Despite the extreme isolation, he kept track of time based on moon cycles. He focused on small routines, fishing, watching the sky, and trying to stay alive. His clothes deteriorated, and his physical health declined, though he remained mentally strong enough to continue surviving. On January 30th, 2014, after 438 days at sea, Alvarenga's boat washed ashore on Eben Atoll, part of the Marshall Islands, located over 6,700 miles, more than 10,000 kilometers, from where he had departed. Local residents discovered him and helped him reach medical care. He was weak, dehydrated, and disoriented, but he was alive. Doctors confirmed he was in surprisingly stable condition considering the circumstances. He was treated for malnutrition and dehydration and later repatriated. Initially, some people doubted his story due to the incredible length of time he survived. However, oceanographers and survival experts analyzed his route and confirmed it was scientifically and geographically possible. His appearance and medical condition supported the timeline he described. After his return, Alvarenga gave several interviews and eventually collaborated on a book titled For 138 Days, co-written with journalist Jonathan Franklin, which detailed his entire experience based on recorded interviews and verified evidence. In 2015, the family of Ezequiel Cordoba filed a lawsuit against Alvarenga, accusing him of cannibalism, but there was no legal evidence to support the claim, and Alvarenga denied it. He maintained that Cordoba died naturally and that he treated his body with respect. José Salvador Alvarenga's story is one of the longest-known solo survivals at sea in recorded history. He survived over 14 months with no outside help and minimal supplies, enduring physical, emotional, and psychological challenges. His story is not just about adventure or drama. It's about human endurance, survival skills, and mental resilience under extreme circumstances.